Hi.
Hi, hi. I,
That was really quick.
so
Nice.
I I'll go back to just sort of summing up what you were saying, that you were talking about inlay and how
Yes,
that also changes the complete experience of both horizontal and vertical spaces.
true.
Uh, my next question would be, stone can be used for facade, for flooring, for stairs, and each element actually defines the versatility of stone, right? So what else can one do beyond this with stone? I mean, you've spoken about skirting, which is like a very interesting thing, right? You
So
And how that becomes a vertical surface. What else can one do?
I feel personally a lot of innovation can be done with stone in terms of the wastage. So I personally believe that waste is a design flaw. So if you're wasting material, you've not designed it well. You've not kind of utilized it well, or you've not optimized the entire value of that material. So I personally feel that a stone wastage can be really utilized to next level. Like there are some brands who are also making out of their own waste that they generate at their stone factory, they're making terrazzo slabs, so that is like a phenomenal recycle for the material itself, because it immediately kind of takes away all your old marble chips and everything, and just completely transforms it into an upcycled product now. So these terrazzo slabs, they really bring a completely different story to the board, and I mean they completely change your game. So I am really looking forward to that kind of innovations as well. Definitely, stone as not just a laying element, but also a highlighting element, like backdrops. Like there are a few of the stones which are also inlit now, and they kind of form very interesting, a backdrop kind of a thing where you can light up the thing from behind. And it is not just onyx, so it is. There are multiple of stones which are translucent and transparent kind of stones. So that is something that I am really looking forward to. I am also looking forward to a lot of innovation in terms of resins and stones. So that is something that I'm really keen on exploring, where you can actually transform the resin and create a story with the stone, and create another parallel story of its own, which creates a new genre of material, almost. So that is something that I am really keen on exploring. I'm not sure if A-class marble has been doing these kind of research or development, but as designers, as architects, we would always be keen on exploring, these sides of stone also, which does not let the stone be just a stone. You know, let's treat stone as a different medium, as a medium which communicates, as a medium which speaks out, which interacts with the user. uh, so there are ways, and multiple ways how we can innovate the stone story itself. So that is something that I think should be really looked upon.
Okay, very interesting. We've also seen that you have used a lot of patterns, right? For patterns and textures. Can you share a few tip audience today on how can one when you're experimenting with stone, what are the things that one should take?
I don't think I am somebody in that capacity to give any tips. All I would say is try and innovate as much as you can, because stone is a fantastic material, and the more you fall in love with it, the more you kind of flirt with it. I'm sure it will kind of generate something completely different of its own. Do not hesitate, basically, to experiment. In short, there are frankly no tips, I would say. I mean, saying that try an inlay, or try an etching pattern, or try a leather finish, or try all that is somebody that a salesman or a marketing person would tell you. That they will offer that to you on a platter, but what you make out of that platter is really what your value addition is. So how you fool around with that material, how you bring that same semi-precious stone convert it into a precious piece of art, or precious piece of maybe even jewelry, or maybe piece of a stunning furniture. So that is completely up to you. So do not hesitate. In short, experiment always. And I think just fall in love with stone. That's the best part about stone, I guess, because the more you love it, I think the stone loves you back. So it eventually is that logic. It's not as cold as tile. It's a warm material. It loves you back. It is not that it's not a tile thing where that the tile is dead, the tile has no life, that kind of a thing. So eventually, yes, the stone will love you back.
Okay, fabulous. That's a very good thought, and I think we will be using that later on our social media as well.
Royalty, please.
While absolutely. What are favorites when it comes to using stones? What are the materials that you have enjoyed working with, or have been very open to sort of innovation? Like you said, they love you back. So what are the stones that you have personally really enjoyed working with?
See, all the marble owners, marble sellers are going to be hating me for this. But frankly, I love all Indian stones, which is right from starting with Kadapa, Kota, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer. Basically all Indian stones. I think even red Agra is fantastic. Chocolate Andhra is beautiful. So I love the feel, the texture that they give you. So I really like walking barefoot on them. So my idea of stone would always be Indian stones rather than these kind of Italian and imported stones. So that's why everybody's going to hate me for that, maybe.
Not, they are also pertinent to where we are. They are more relevant to our
when I say
sort of context, and
also when I say they talk to you. So I think Indian stones talk to me in Indian languages, and the imported stones talk to me in imported languages, which I don't know. So probably that's why the stronger connect with Indian stones, I guess.
Yeah.
I have lost your audio. Hello? No, suddenly your audio is...
What would that be?
Sorry, I lost you in between. Sorry, you said if you had to share one theme.
One thing about stone, one characteristic or some fact about stone that people thought was true, but it really isn't, right? Like a myth about stone. What would that one myth be which you would like to bust?
Are there any really myths about stone? I don't think so, because whoever I have met...
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Like somebody
Yes,
said that it cracks a lot, or it's hard to clean. White stones are hard to clean or hard to maintain. Things like that. People thought that
okay.
Light stones they make the space look bigger. But somebody was here with us and they said, no, well, actually, darker stones can also make the space look really sort of lavish and luxurious, and hence make it look larger than life.
So I can address all the 3 points. There is no hesitance on that.
Give us something new.
So I would say dark stone definitely never makes your space look smaller. In fact, it just enhances the warmth of the space. It never makes your space look smaller at all. In fact, I have used in the tiniest bathroom, I have used Kadapa and Black Porto. I mean, an Italian and an Indian stone completely. And trust me, the bathroom looks as spacious as it could. It's eventually the light, the quantity of light that falls into that space. The minute, of course, you are dimly lit into that space, you are going to feel that the space is a little kind of a little not so vibrant, or not so open, or not so spacious. But the minute it's lit up well, you're going to definitely enjoy the space. So there is no such thing that you can't use a dark stone in a small space, or dark stone will make your space look smaller. Definitely nothing like that.
Okay. Great, very interesting. You also say that your mantra is design is boundless, right? That's your studio's
Yes.
value, yeah, core value.
Yeah.
Is stone boundless too?
Sorry, stone
Uh,
boundless.
yeah, is stone boundless too? Just like design
Uh, see,
is boundless for you, is stone boundless too?
I think I already just while speaking to you, I mentioned that how you can flirt around with the stone is what the stone is going to give back to you. So whether you transform it into a carving, into a sculpture, into a dining table, into a furniture, into a floor, into a beautiful wall hanging, into a cladding, into a interior wall. I mean, that is completely up to you. Into a wash basin, into a I mean, there are endless and just limitless possibilities to how you can transform that stone. So uh, I think the boundary of stone is just there in your head. That's it. So the minute you can imagine multiple alternatives to it, you just can keep going on and on and on. So just give me a slab of stone, and every day I can think of a new alternative how to use it. So that's the way a stone could kind of behave with you. And it's like a living organism. I mean, I would always treat a stone like a plant, or like a living being who's kind of constantly talking to you. It's kind of that communication, that dialogue really speaks, and it kind of transforms you to that next level. That how would you want to utilize a block of granite, maybe, whether you would want to create a wash basin out of it, or whether you want to create an entire bar counter out of it, or whether you want to just leave that stone vertically placed and it forms a beautiful sculpture of its own. So it's all endless and boundless limits, boundless possibilities for sure for stones.
Sure. So, Prashant, that's been really, really interesting. And I think your conversation around stone, and it's very interesting because I'm also feeling like, you're so emotional about it. It's very nice
Yeah.
to have this conversation. I will now, if anybody has any questions, they can ask. But I already have two questions, I think, from the earlier conversation. One
Okay.
is, what is the one sort of crazy thing that you have done in your projects with stone? Something totally
Crazy.
experimental.
Uh,
Yeah, really
okay. So
experimental.
this was really fun because we used a pink onyx. Uh, I think it was pink quartzite. Sorry, not onyx, pink
Right.
quartzite, and we had to light up an entire floor in the bathroom, in a daughter's bathroom. And what we did was, since we did not have the depth, and that is an idea which came into the client's head later on. That I mean, when you go to buy something and you love something and you suddenly think of something. So it was never a part of the concept, but when we saw that pink quartzite at a particular store, we just loved it, and we said, let's use this as a floor for the bathroom. And suddenly the salesman shows us that it's also transparent. I mean, you can light it up from behind. And I was in a situation where I knew that I had not kept that kind of depth in the floor, but definitely I had to ensure that the bathroom level does not go up and down. So what we did was we utilized an acrylic sheet, which is 12 thick, and we just put that acrylic sheet on the floor with edge lighting. So on the entire edge of that, on the acrylic sheet, we lit up with LED lights. So what happened was the glow kind of just transformed into the entire sheet. And then when we place the stone on top, the entire sheet kind of just glowed. So that was, I think, the craziest thing in a short span of time that we've done for a client. So that is some fun that we've had with stone.
Okay, interesting. And what about one sort of unique with stone, not walls and floors?
Uh, I think I'm yet to create one, because we were thinking of doing a bar counter in stone, but we did not do it in stone eventually. We made it in carbon fiber. So I think not really thrilled about that aspect of it. But definitely this is something that is yet to come, kind of a challenge. One unique thing, because for sure we'll do it someday. We'll create something interesting out of an entire thick stone slab. Hopefully very soon now.
Right. Okay, very interesting. Thank you so much, Prashant. I think this has been really nice. I'd like to just take one more minute, and
Yeah, sure.
we're following the hashtag of Let's Talk Design, right? If what is the one thing that you would like to say for Let's Talk Design?
uh, Keep exploring, keep innovating, and of course, do not copy or do not replicate, because that's not really the that's not really you. Trust me. Eventually, someday or the other, you would have that itch of doing something new, and probably that day is today.
What a wonderful note to end on. Thank you so much, Prashant, for holding the avenue of how we look at stone. Uh, Thanks again and have a good day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks.